Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. We're back with another One Piece review, One Piece chapter 1059. It is titled The Captain Coby Incident, right? Oda was in his bag during this chapter. I'm not going to hold you. Ever since he came back from his little break, he has been hitting and hitting after every single chapter. I'm not going to lie with you guys. And it's not just him, right? There's a lot of stuff that I read weekly on Weekly Shonen Jump, and even like other websites that have the chapters that drop. And Oda's been on fire, and Yuki Tabata, who writes Black Clover, ever since he came back, right, he's been on fire too. So I just want to shout out those two. But we're going to get into the review. So the start of the review, the cover page, it is Katakuri, he hit Oven because Caesar made a gas that allowed them to hallucinate. And so that's the reason why they're attacking each other. It appears probably Oven is mistaken to be a member of the Vinsmoke family. And so Katakuri, being as strong as he is, freaking clobbered him. The start of the chapter, we have Marco. He hitched a ride with the red-haired pirates. I was about to say the Redbeard pirates for some reason. And we have Lucky Roo and Yasab. They're trying to convince Marco to join the crew. He's like, nah, man, I'm too old for this game. It's time for me to get out. They're a little bit disappointed, but it is what it is, right? Marco, he's been on the seas for a long time, had a lot of losses. It's time for him to settle down, right? He's no longer, probably unless it's the final war, and even that, I don't think Marco is really going to be doing anything anymore for the story. Then we cut back to a flashback, and we get an explanation of why Yamato's not joining the crew. Now, before I explain this, I think it's more so a narrative way to not have her join the crew because she's so strong. If I had to put her on like the level of characters, she is definitely probably, there's Big Mom. She's probably the second strongest woman in the show. I'm not going to hold you. And with her having advanced conquerors, her having a mythical zone, it would make Luffy's crew, like, Luffy's crew is already broken, but it would put him on a whole nother level, and I don't think any of the Yonko crew would be able to keep up with him, because she was able to go against Kaido for as long as she could. I think she's on the level of probably characters like Zoro, Law, Kid, Katakuri, yeah, because Katakuri's broken, like any of the first commanders and up, that's where you have to at least lowball her there. So basically, she doesn't join the crew because the people, as he said, Green Bull said, that now that Kaido is gone, there's going to be constant people trying to take over Wano, right? And she said the only reason why that Green Bull left was because of the strange Haki being Shanks Haki. So somebody has to be the one to protect Wano. And she was like, she doesn't want Luffy to be worried about it, right? So one of them she can stay to ease his burden. And then Luffy, he's like, well, I don't know about that, but, I guess it can't be helped, so I guess you're going to have to stay. It would take a load off for his mind. So that's the explanation to why Yamato has not and didn't join the crew. We also get a true interaction between Marco and Luffy. Marco, he's like, yo, I'm heading out, where Luffy finally gets to thank Marco for what he did during the Summit War. And so Marco was like, yo, with you being there, it allowed all of us to spring into action for some reason. And he pointed to Jinbei. Jinbei is like, yeah. And so Luffy, he's so grateful to Marco, where Marco says, yo, your brother would be proud of how strong you've become and what you've accomplished, because Luffy is a Yonko. He's a new Yonko. His strength, I'd say Luffy's up there. He can compete with all the other admirals, all the other Yonko. I think he's stronger than Fujitora, stronger than Green Bull. But maybe not Kizaru, maybe not Aokiji or Akainu, and maybe not Shanks, Mihawk. There's some characters that can still beat Luffy, but it just showcases how far he's come within only 2 years. Now, I'm not going to hold you. This part of the chapter, I legit was like, what the fluff? What is going on? It's like, Oda was like, just throwing stuff left and right. So we cut to Amazon Lily, where Hancock, she's alive, right? She's not kidnapped, anything like that. And she's like, all these navies, they keep coming to this island, so I think I better go marry Luffy, right? I mean, it's just a gag for her, that she loves Luffy and all that. But also, if she were to marry Yonko, nobody's going to try her, or they're not going to go after her. Where Boa Hancock, she is, it's like a tsundere, I think that's what it's called, or tsundere, one of those characters, and I love those characters. Those are some of my favorite in the series. Other characters like her, I think like one that's really identical, I love Princess Ibana from Fire Force, But just like those type of characters in general, I love Arena from Food Wars and Noelle from Black Clover. So she is one of my favorite characters in the series. I think she's my second favorite woman in the series. She's kind of tied with Nico Robin, but like, so seeing her in any chapter, it makes me happy. And a lot of people were speculating what was going to happen between her and Coby, because let's be honest, in terms of strength, like with how high her bounty is, which we'll talk about a little bit later, I do think that she did, like, narratively, if Oda wanted to, he could have had Coby defeat her, right? That's just how it works. Whatever power scaling is cool to an extent, but whatever the author wants, that's what's going to happen. So if it were to happen narratively, would it make sense? Not really, at least not to me. But, you know, that didn't happen because Oda went a different route. Because Coby, he did not end up capturing Boa Hancock. What happened was basically there were Marines on the island. They had a vice admiral. They had Coby there, and so they were attacking. Boa Hancock with new weapons. And I was like, okay, it's probably the SSG or something that Vegapunk came up with. And to put what Vegapunk did, right? This is insane, and I don't know why a lot of people in the community, like, it just went over our heads. They have new pacifists. I'm like, okay, you know, but they're children. I was like, But then I saw black wings and a flame on the back. I'm like, the new SSG, or it might not even be the SSG, but the new pacifistas, they're part Lunarian. I'm like, what the heck? Because to put this into perspective, now I think that they're weaker than King. I'm not going to hold you, because King, he has a devil fruit, he has an ancient zone, the pterodactyl form or whatever, and so, but still the Lunarians, they have, which I don't remember which one, but if the flame's on, I think that they have more defense, and when it's off, they're faster, or one of those two, right? And so to put this into perspective, look at how hard it was for Zoro to take on a Lunarian, right? He had advanced conquerors, and that's what caused him to beat him. So I think these I keep on calling them SSG. They're not really the SSG. The new Pacifista, I think that minimum you have to be on the commander tier in order to defeat them, probably, because of what they can do, plus like the lasers and all that are added. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know, but they're definitely an upgrade from the previous pacifistas. Then, when all this chaos is going on, guess who joined the fight? Blackbeard. He's here for Boa Hancock's fruit because it is broken. And even the new pacifistas that are like the Lunarians, they even attack him, and he had to guard with his hockey. He also used Black Hole. And Boa Hancock was really smart in what she did, because Boa Hancock is not, she's not weak, right? If I had to rank her, I think she's the third strongest woman in the series. I think it goes Big Mom, then Yamato, then her. But what she did, she ended up freezing or paralyzing with her devil fruit, turned them to stone, all of Blackbeard's crew, and then all of the navies, but Coby. So Blackbeard, Coby, Boa Hancock, and her crew, they're still able to function. Now what happens is Blackbeard, he uses his devil fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, to cancel out Boa Hancock's ability. He has her in a chokehold. I'm like, Hancock, you better not die. I would be so sad. And also Luffy would definitely snap if Blackbeard killed Hancock. And so basically he has her in a chokehold. He's like, yo, you gotta release my crew. And she's like, even in death, right, they will still remain stoned. So in order to have them free, you gotta let me go. So that was really smart on her part, because she can't beat Blackbeard one-on-one. Especially like his new bounty. Blackbeard has a 3.996 and Boa Hancock has a 1.659. So to put that into perspective, Boa Hancock, her bounty is over all the first commanders, so a little bit less than Crocodile, but Crocodile also has more influence in the story. And Blackbeard, his new bounty, he is the second highest behind Shanks, a little bit higher than Mihawk, and then that means Luffy is the weakest, or has the lowest bounty of the Yonko. Then out of nowhere, guess who pulls up? Rayleigh. He's like, yo, you gotta let her go. Blackbeard ends up letting her go, because to be honest, with Rayleigh, Boa Hancock, and Coby there, I don't think that Blackbeard, even though he's strong, I don't think he's there, like, him by himself is enough to defeat them. And even Rayleigh, like, himself, he said, yo, it's a good thing, you know, they let everybody go because of my name, but if honesty, right, if it was one-on-one, I'm not beating Blackbeard. I respect it, right? And so Hancock, they're like, problems are going to happen over here. Like, it's a lot going on, right? And then we also see Shaki. She's here, and apparently she was the former pirate empress. Remember when Granny Neon, she was talking about the previous empress, they succumbed to lung sickness. Apparently, Saki was the one because she married Rayleigh. I was like, what the heck? Lastly, guess who's missing? Coby. He's been abducted by Blackbeard. So after Rayleigh did escalate the situation, apparently he kidnapped Coby. I'm like, what is going on? His current status is unknown. Kobe's not dead, but still, I don't know why Blackbeard wanted him. Maybe he's torturing him. Maybe wants some information about the Marines. Who knows, right? Maybe Garp's gonna go after him. I have no clue. But this chapter was jam-packed. Blackbeard showing up, Rayleigh showing up, Coby involved, Hancock, Lunarians that are new pacifists. It was crazy. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. This was a 10 out of 10 chapter in my opinion. I was hyped. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also the notification bell so you guys never miss out a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.